Okay. So we said last time that
Sir, question.
Yes.
Kailangan ko po magbukas ng Excel ngayon kasi sir, hindi ko sure if
Sige,
ano,
kahit wag na lang
kaya.
kung
Okay,
mahirapan
sir.
ka, ano na lang, just follow it. Anyway, ipopost ko to, no?
Opo.
Sige. Okay, so last time, di ba sabi natin, annuity ordinary at saka annuity due. Yung annuity ordinary, if you take a look at the cash flow, it starts at the end of the period. So ngayon, tapos at the end of ngayon, let's say 1 year, saka magsisimula yung cash flow. Okay, so notice yung cash flow na to, no? So there are, in this example, there are 6 na 1,000. Remember, pag annuity, equal yan, equal uniform cash flow. Okay, then you can compute for the present value of this annuity ordinary. So there are 2 ways to do that. No? One is to compute for the individual present values. Okay, we did this last time. Individual present values of these future cash flows. And the other one is, ano ba ginawa natin dito? Okay, use the PV function. Use the PV function and then use the PMT. Ito kasi yung PMT, no? N per tapos PMT, where your PMT refers to your annuity. Okay, so that's you should get the same answer. Ito, pinaplot natin yung individual present values nila. Tapos ito, just one formula, i-consider to as an annuity, so pare-parehong 1,000 for 6 periods, and then we got this 411.41. Now, an annuity due will have a bigger present value or a bigger future value. Kasi nga, outright, you have the cash flow. So ito, 6 din na 1,000. Okay? As compared to this, yung annuity ordinary, ito outright 1,000 dito. So 6 din yung cash flow niyan, 6 na 1,000. Okay? So when we computed for the present value, yung ano natin, yung PMT is H26, and that's H26 is 1,000. No? And then the only difference is that this one, yung type niya, we say 1 because that's at the beginning of the period. So annuity due siya. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Parang review na lang natin to. Okay? So next, okay, we go here. So dito may answer na rin ako. Ibig sabihin nagawa na natin to. Okay. So dito, this is the same, no? Present value of an annuity. So tinatanong tayo kung magkano yung present value equivalent ng 10,000 over the next 30 years. Okay? Tinatanong tayo kung what if it's annuity ordinary or annuity due. Take note, kapag hindi sinabi, kung walang mention, the assumption is always it's annuity ordinary. So we can use that PV function. Okay? Naglagay tayo ng negative para maging positive lang yung answer. The first one is rate, which is 12%. The second one is N per, which is 30. The third one is PMT, your annuity, which is 10,000. Okay, wala tayong future value. And since the assumption is that this is annuity ordinary, so hindi natin lalagyan either kasi walang future value, either type 0 or just disregard, no? Okay? So that's what we get. So yung equivalent ng 10,000 for the next 30 years, equivalent value niya now is 80,000. And we know that your annuity due will be greater. Okay? Ang difference niya, ito. No? Yung type niya 1, hindi 0. And we expect that to be greater compared to your annuity ordinary. Okay? Ganun din sa future value. Okay, sa future value naman, ang ginagamit natin yung FV. Okay, FV ng rate is 12%, N per is 30 years. Okay, ang PMT natin is 10,000. Okay, walang present value and type is 0. Okay, ibig sabihin annuity ordinary. So 10,000 deposited or invested every year for the next 30 years will be equal to 2.4 million at the end of the 30-year period. Notice that this is equivalent to this one. So, kunin natin is equal to negative FB, future value nito. Magkano yung 10,000 na for the 30 years, magkano siya ngayon? It's 80,000. So magkano yung 80,000 ngayon after 30 years? So we can compute for that. Ang rate natin is 12%. NPER is 30. PMT, hindi PMT yung tinitingnan natin. We're looking at this present value na 80,000. Okay, so nilagyan natin negative. Alright, pareho lang, no? Pareho lang siya. Whether we use the annuity cash flows or yung equivalent na 80,000 ngayon, magkano siya after 30 years at 12%. So they're the same. So ang tawag sa kanila mga equivalent cash flows. Okay, so just to make sure. So ito.
Hello, sir.
Yes, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir, na-disconnect po ako.
Okay. Sige. Hinabot mo to, Angela, ito?
Hindi, sir.
Ito. Sige, pakita ko muna to. Ito, inabot mo tong 2.4 million.
Yes, sir.
Inabot mo to. Okay, ang sinasabi ko lang dito, okay, dito kasi, ang ginamit natin yung annuity ng 10,000. Okay? Okay, sulat ko muna dito para clear tayo. Okay. One, two, three, hanggang 29, tapos 30. Okay. So itong cash flows na to, ito, 10,000 for the next 30 years, it's equivalent to ito, yung 10,000 yan for the next 30 years, pareho lang yan sa dito, value ngayon, ito, 80,000. 80, 1, 8551. So these two are equivalent. Equivalent lang yan. Or it's also equivalent to 0, 1, 2, 3, 29, 30. It's equivalent to ito. Ito. Isang future value na 2,413. 326. Okay, so all these cash flows are equivalent. Pare-pareho lang yan. So this is 10,000 for the next 30 years. It's the same as 80,551 now or 2.4 million after 30 years. Single cash flow, annuity. Okay, so they are different ways of expressing equivalent values. Assuming of course na 12% yung rate of return at saka 30 years. Okay, so dito pinakita ko lang na take a look at this formula. Ang ginamit natin dito, okay, this is rate at 12%. E33 is NPER. Ano yung NPER natin? 30.
Yes.
Okay, and then notice this one. Ito yung kama-kama. PMT yan eh. So wala tayong linagyan na PMT kasi ang kino-consider lang natin yung present value. Ano yung present value? B34, that's 8551. Okay, so ginamit natin yung present value na 8551 to convert it into its future value. Okay, and what's the equivalent? Yung 8551 ngayon, it's equivalent to 2.41 million. Check. 2.41 million after 30 years. Okay, so equivalent ito, equivalent dito, equivalent dito. Okay? Clear, Angela?
Opo.
Okay, so pwede ito gamitin natin, no? Itong annuity na to, i-convert natin sa future value. Sige. Is equal to negative FB. Okay. Ang rate natin 12%. NPER is 30, PMT 10,000. Okay? So ang ginagawa natin ngayon, kino-convert natin yung annuity na tigta 10,000 for the next 30 years. Magkano siya after 30 years? Yung future value. Okay, comma. Wala namang present value, so disregard natin. Type, it's at the end of the period, so 0. So pwede ko i-type 0 dyan or pwede kong i-ignore. And I'll get 2413326. There. Okay? Okay? Ang inaano niya sa atin, equivalent cash flows lang yan. No? Okay, so i-clarify natin na itong 10,000 for the next 30 years na annuity na 10,000 at 12% is the same or is equivalent as 80,551 pesos now. Okay? And it's equivalent to 2,413 million, 2.4 million after 30 years. Okay, so yung tatlong cash flow na yan, magkakapareho lang yan. Okay? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so alright. Tapos punta tayo dito. Now, pwedeng ang i-compute given, kunyari, yung future value, tapos given yung periods at saka interest rate, makukuha natin yung yung annuity. So, alam natin answer diyan, dapat answer diyan 10,000, di ba? Bakit? Kasi itong future value na 2413 ito at 12% pareho din at 30 years, magkano yung dapat na annuity na equivalent sa kanya? Alam natin na it's 10,000 kasi yun ang previous problem. So we can show that. Pwede natin ipakita yan. It's equal to, since ang hinahanap natin si PMT, so lagyan lang ko ng minus dito, minus PMT. Ang pwede natin lagyan ng minus yung cash flow, not the rate, not the NPER. Okay, ano yung rate natin? 12%, comma. Ano yung NPER? 30, comma. We're not looking at the present value, we're looking at the future value. Okay, so ang future value 2413, okay? Kaya ang tanong, ano yung equivalent na annuity ng future value na 2.4 million if you're looking at 30 years and at 12%? So future value yan, comma, pwede natin i-ignore yung comma. Or you can use 0 kasi end of the period yan. Yan ang end. Yun yung default, no? Pag hindi sinasabi kung anong klaseng annuity.
Yes, sir.
Okay, control enter, and you get 10,000. Okay? So dito napoprove natin na ano lang yan, mga equivalent cash flows lang yan. Okay? Ang common mistake dyan, pinagsasama sa isang cash flow itong 10,000 at saka 8551 or 10,000 at saka 2413 million. Magkakaiba yan. They are equivalent. Okay, let me reiterate that. Itong 10,000 na to for the next 30 years at 12% is equivalent to 80,551 now. No? Now. And it's equivalent to 2.413 million after 30 years. Assuming that 12% yung interest rate. Okay? So that's why we were expecting to get 10,000 here. Okay, pag kinukomplete na naman natin si N, no? So anong sinasabi sa atin dito? Ang future value 2413. Ang present, ang annuity 10,000. Ang annual rate 12%. Tanong, ilang years ang kailangan for you to deposit or invest 10,000 for the next X number of years for it to get to 2413. Okay? So parang ganito lang yan. So meron kang ditong 10,000 tapos sa dulo 2413, given sa iyo na ang interest is 12%, tanong, ilang years yan ilang years nyo muna kunyari magdi-deposit ka, how many years do you have to deposit so that at the end of 30 years, you get 2.413 million. So dito, it's since number of years ang hinahanap, so it's equal to N per. Okay? So hindi tayo pwede mag-negative sa N per at saka sa rate. Hindi pa pwede yun. Kasi ang N per, hindi pwede i-negative yung years.
Yes, sir.
Ang pwede lang natin i-negative yung future value, present value, at saka PMT. Okay? At saka kaya tayo nagna-negative kasi dapat, sabi natin last time, very specific, very particular si Excel dun sa direction ng cash flow. Okay, so here, N per, ano rate natin? 12%. Tama. PMT is 10,000.
10,000.
Okay. PV, hindi natin kino-compare si PV. Ang kino-compare natin si PMT at saka si future value. Okay, future value. 2.4. Kaso, since yung annuity natin positive, dapat yung future value natin negative. Kasi hindi pa pwedeng parehong positive yan.
So, pwede ako sa ano, di ba? Pwede ako sa annual payment mag-negative.
Sa annual payment, pwede rin. Basta yung future value mo, positive naman.
Okay, sir.
So, dapat baliktad lang siya kasi yung isang cash flow mo, palabas, yung isang cash flow, papasok. Pwede yung sinasabi mo. Okay, and I expect to get here 30. 30 nga siya. Okay? Ngayon, pag mali yung cash flow natin dito, so dito sinasabi mo, positive yung 10,000, tapos positive pa yung future value. Okay, ano mangyayari dyan? Error yan. Mag-error siya. So very specific si Excel, no? So sabi mo kanina, pwede ang negative yung 10,000. Okay, let me do that. 30 pa rin. Okay? So umiikot na naman yung problem sa time value of money dyan. Future value, present value, annuity, rate, at saka yung number of years, no? N per. Ito naman ang hinahanap, annual rate. Given din sa ating annuity na 10,000 at saka future value na 2.4 million. So to get the annual rate function ang gagamitin natin. So N per is 30, comma, PMT is 10,000. Future value, okay, ano future value? Present value, wala. Future value dapat negative 2413. Okay? Pag rate usually naglalagay ng guess, no? But we ignore that. We ignore lang natin. Okay, 12% as expected. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we go here. Okay. So far, ang inaano natin, kinukuha natin yung present value ng uniform stream of cash flows. Yung uniform stream of cash flows, yung annuity yan. Now, in this case, so uneven cash flow stream. So, hindi pare-pareho. No? So, hindi pwedeng annuity dyan. You cannot use the PMT function because they are not a uniform stream of cash flows. Tapos, ang tinatanong sa atin, what is the present value? Dali, inom lang ako. Na ano ko.
Sige.
What is the present value of this stream of cash flows? There were different ways to go about it, no? So pwede natin kunin yung isa-isa present values nila and then add everything. Ito pareho lang to. Okay? Dito naglagay lang tayo initial investment. So let's solve this instead, no, Angela? Kasi pareho lang siya. Tapos ito may negative. Okay. My first question to you is, nakapaglagay na pala ako ng answer. No? Pero tingnan mo muna to. No? This is an investment of 9,000. Kaya negative siya. After 1 year, you'll get a cash flow of 1,000, then 2,000, 3,000, hanggang 5 years na 5,000. Ang unang question is, okay ba yung investment na yan? Should you invest in that? What do you think?
Invest now, sir?
Ang invest now mo, 9,000. No? Ito yung ilalabas mo na pera. After 1 year, may 1,000 ka. After 2 years, you get 2,000. Hanggang 5th year, may 5,000 ka. If you add the cash flow, no? Ito sa ilalim, may sum na ng yung mga positive na cash flow, 15,000. Diba? So, ang question ko sa iyo, Should you invest in that?
No, sir.
Ano, no?
No.
Bakit no?
Sir, kasi hindi naman siya ma-add.
Oh, yeah. That's the answer. You cannot base your answer on that, no? Tama ka.
Sir.
Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin.
Kailangan po ninyong
kailan kunin yung present value, no? Or future value, depends, no? Pwedeng kunin mo yung present value o kaya yung future value. So ang usually na ginagawa, kinukuha yung present value. So you cannot add these cash flows because they do not belong to the same time frame. Okay? Magbabiolate ng principle ng time value of money. So hindi pwedeng i-add yung mga yan, no? So what we did here, yung sa iba dyan may hindi mo nabuksan yung Excel mo, no? Okay. So ito na lang, pakita ko na lang. So what we can do here is, let's compute for the present value. Pag kinumpute natin yung mga present values nito, we can now add them. Kasi lahat sila nakapeg na sa isang time frame. So parang ganito yung mangyayari dyan, no? So let me just illustrate that. So ito yung cash flow natin. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dito, outflow na 9,000. No? 9K. Tapos ito, 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K, and 5K. Okay? So what we're going to do here is, kukunin natin yung mga present value nila. Itong si 9,000, ano present value niya? 9,000 din yan. Kasi ngayon na yan eh, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is already 9K. Negative kasi outflow siya. Ito naman yung 1K, kailangan i-peg natin dito yan. So magkano to? Ngayon, 2K after 2 years, magkano siya? How much is that? 3K after the 3rd year, how much is that? How much is this? And how much is this? Okay, you get the idea, Angela? Okay? Kuha mo?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so ang ginagawa natin, kailangan, tama ka, sabi mo kanina, hindi natin pwedeng i-add to. Okay? Hindi natin pwedeng i-add, tapos i-compare natin dun sa initial investment. Sasabihin na ng iba, yung hindi nakakaalam time value of money, sasabihin nila, ay okay. Kasi ang cash outflow natin is only 9,000, but our cash inflow is 15,000. So we have a net of 6,000, which is wrong. Kasi you cannot add this kasi may mga money has cost. So you cannot add the 5th cash flow to the 4th or to the 3rd, etc. Okay, so let's do that. No? Let's now compute for the present value. So that's very easy with Excel. Is equal to, lagyan na lang natin negative para makukuha na lang natin yung same sign. PV, rate is 12%. Fix ko siya. Kama. And per is 0. Ito yung time frame. 0. So I expect dapat 9,000 yan. Kama. PMT, hindi naman to PMT. So another comma. And then future value is yan yung cash flow natin. Okay? Close, ignore the type. All right. So tama nga, no? Yung present value ng 9,000 should be 9,000. So I can copy the formula down. Yan. So yung 1,000 after 1 year is equivalent to 892.86 now. So ito na yung mga present values nila.
Ay, sir, excuse me lang po.
Sige, sige. Okay. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes? Okay na?
Yes, okay na, sir.
Okay, sige. So, can we add this now? Yung PV?
Yes, sir.
Pwede na, kasi mga present values yan eh. So, dito ang ginawa natin, break down natin. This one is present value of cash inflows. Inflows, ibig sabihin yung mga positive. So, in-add natin siya. Okay? Sum of yung mga inflows. And then the outflows is just this one, no? Yung 9,000. And then we can now add them. We can now add them kasi sum ang ginamit natin kasi negative na yung cash outflow. We can now add them because they all belong to the same time frame. yung present value. And when we add them, we generate a number called NPV. This is your net present value. Okay? So yan ang sa finance importante yan, net present value. Okay, for example, sa capital budgeting, babalikan natin to. Any project that has a positive net present value is acceptable. Kung negative yon, hindi pa pwede. Okay? So, so one way to evaluate this is an example of a capital budgeting project, no? Kasi may future siya long term. So, una, natin yung NPV, Ito dito. Actually, pwede mo i-diretso yung formula ng NPV. Hindi na natin kailangan dumaan dito sa present values na to. Okay? I'll show you. We can use the NPV function of Excel is equal to NPV. Kaso nga lang, we have to take note. Ano sabi dito? Pakibasa nga, Angela.
Returns the net present value of an investment based on a discount rate and a series of future payments.
Okay. Ang sabi diyan, future payments. Therefore, itong syntax ng NPV na to, hindi niya sinasama si year 0. Okay? So dapat yung future, it should only start at year 1. Yan. Okay? So I'll show you how to generate this NPV. Okay? Without having to go through this process. Kasi ito, kinuha pa natin yung present values nila tapos in-add pa natin. Ito, pwede ng diretsyo. Rate is 10%. Tama? What's our values? Ang value, ang sabi ni Excel, dapat future. So yung mga future natin, dito magsisimula. Yan. Okay? If I stop there, ang ibibigay lang sa atin, ito lang yung 10,000 lang. Yung present value lang of cash inflows. No? Right?
Yes, sir.
But that's not what we want. What we want is the NPV. So what do we do with this? So dapat i-add natin plus yung initial cash outflow. Yan. Kasi present value din yan, di ba? Parang yung ginawa natin dito. Okay? Gets, Angela?
Yes, sir.
Parang
so parang hindi natin siya isasama dun sa NPV na...
Oo, kasi ang syntax ni, remember, di ba pinakita ko sa iyo, ang syntax ni ni Excel sa NPV,
yes,
future cash flows. So hindi kasama yung year 0.
Okay.
Otherwise, pag sinama natin tong year 0, bibilangin niyan as starting at after year 1. No?
Okay, sir.
So maiiba yung answer natin. Okay, so when we okay, so pareho lang ito. Okay, so that's one way of evaluating projects, particularly capital budgeting long term, which is actually our next topic. So, tingnan natin kung, pero hindi pa, I don't think aabot tayo doon. So, mag-schedule lang ulit tayo, Angela. Sana this week makahanap tayo ng common time natin. Kasi gusto ko na itapusin natin lahat ng topics. No? Kasi finals na next week. Ayoko na makisali pa dun sa mga ibang subjects mo na magpa-finals ka.
Yes,
We'd like to keep that open already. Kasi ang natitira na lang naman, capital budgeting at saka yung WAC. Yung dalawang yun. Okay, may question ka sana, Angela?
Sir, free naman po ako this week kasi asynchronous po.
Asynchronous kayo, no? Ako nga lang kasi ako naman, asynchronous ko, pero ang sinabi ko sa kanila, magre-record ako online. Kung gusto nilang makinig, okay lang naman, makinig sila. Tapos may naka-schedule akong 2 talks this Thursday at saka Friday. So medyo full ako nung Thursday at saka sa Friday. Worst case scenario, siguro Saturday tayo.
Okay lang, sir.
Tapos tapusin na natin yung remaining topics. Pag-allocate tayo siguro ng 3 hours, if needed 3.5 hours, para matapos na natin yung Tapos ibigay na lang ako sa ng take home na hindi siguradong take home naman kasi hindi naman tayo pwedeng hindi pala tayo pwedeng magpumunta sa school.
Sabay din sa finals.
Oo nga. So anyway, I guarantee naman na ano na ang tanong na lang kung ano yung grade na ibibigay ko sa'yo, pero I'm sure mataas naman yun. Okay, yield natin, Angela, is IRR. Okay? So there's a function in Excel called IRR, internal rate of return. So ang binibigay sa atin yan, yung return nitong cash flows natin. So dito pwedeng values, okay? Ito yung values natin, yung original values, hindi yung present value. And then guess, you can ignore that. Okay, 15.47. So this is your IRR. No? So para saan tong IRR? How do we know if the project or the investment is feasible or not? Okay, IRR if IRR is greater than the weighted average cost of capital, then project is okay. If NPV and IRR conflicts, follow NPV. Okay? So, tinan mo tong statement ko dito. No? So, ginamit natin si IRR. So, the formula is IRR. No? Tapos, ang ginawa natin, nakuha natin na, wait lang. Ano natin to? Copy natin yung format para, okay. So, as I was saying here, the yield or the IRR is 15.47% and it's greater than your WACC, yung 12% yung ginamit natin na weighted average cost of capital, no? 12%. So since IRR, which is the yield, okay, mga dito, para mas clear, IRR. Yung return ng project natin, okay? 15.47% and it's greater than 12%. Okay? So project is acceptable. Ang conclusion natin, okay yung project na to. Kasi yung IRR natin greater than the weighted average cost of capital. Now sometimes nagko-conflict tong NPV at saka si IRR. Minsan okay kay NPV pero kaya IRR hindi. Usually ganun yung nangyayari. Okay kay NPV pero kay IRR hindi. Wala yung case na hindi okay sa NPV pero okay kay IRR. Hindi pwedeng ganun. It's always okay kay NPV, okay kay IRR, okay kay NPV, hindi okay kay IRR. Okay, when that happens, always follow this rule. If NPV and IRR conflicts, then always follow the NPV. Bakit? Kasi theoretically mas tama yung NPV. Okay, I'll show that next time. No? Okay, clear yun, Angela?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Sige, pag mabilis ako, sabihin mo lang ha.
Okay lang po.
Okay, itong problems dito, I'll leave that to you to answer. Dito tayo mag-ano kasi pareho lang ito nito. No? Mas mahirap, no? So, pag alam mo sagutin to, alam mo na dapat yung nasa taas. Okay, so let's make this 1 million. Okay. So you have 1 million, okay, at 10% interest daw. Okay, magkano siya, future value niya, magkano siya kung, kulang yata ako dito. How much will this be if ang compounding once a year? Sometimes, makakuha ka ng interest na ang sinasabi ko nyari, compounded twice a year. So, semi-annual yun. Compounded quarterly. Ibig sabihin nun, yung interest, kino-compute niya 4 times a year. Okay? By monthly, 6 times a year, monthly, tapos may daily pa, daily compounding, tapos may continuous compounding pa, infinite. Okay. So, okay. Given sa atin, ang annual rate natin is 10%. This is your nominal rate. Okay. Ito yung kino-quote lagi sa mga bangko o sa any investment. Ang binibigay laging 10%. Tapos sasabihin nila kung compounded siya, kung per annum or semi-annual. Yung nominal rate na 10%, pag ang compounding niya annual, pareho lang siya. Yung effective rate niya. Kasi ibig sabihin to per annum eh. So ito, per annum din to, one year. Okay, so ibig sabihin nun, yung effective rate at saka yung nominal rate pareho lang. Magkakaiba sila dito. Okay, let's show it, no? So dito is equal to, we'll compute for the future value. Negative FB. Okay. Yung rate natin is 10%. Now I'm going to copy this down, no? 10% yan kapag per annum. Pero paano pag semi-annual? Ano yung magiging rate? Ibig sabihin 2 times magko-compute ng interest. So pag semi-annual, 10% divide by 2 yan. So yung first 6 months, i-compute yung interest, 5% yung pagbilang. Tapos yung next 6 months, 5% yung pag-compute. Kuha, Angela?
Okay.
So ang ibig sabihin nito, ang interest rate nito, natin ito, 10% divide by 2. Okay, kasi 2 beses magbibilang ng interest, 2 beses mag-a-accrue ng interest. So ang gagamitin na percentage natin, 10% divide by 2. Si quarterly, 2.5%. Bakit? 2.5% sa first quarter, 2.5% sa second quarter, 2.5% sa third quarter, 2.5% sa fourth quarter. Okay? So, yun ang magiging bilangan natin. No? Of course, si bi-monthly, that will be 10% divided by, gawin na nga lang natin itong 12% to para madaling magano. Okay? 12%. So, ito, 6% to. Okay, ito, 3%. Ito, 2% to. Ito, 1%, etc. Okay, so ang question, paano natin i-compute si future value kung ang compounding niya once a year, kung ang compounding twice a year, 4 times a year. Of course, expected natin na dapat kung mas maraming compounding, maraming beses kinocompute yung interest, mas malaki yung future value nun. Or if you're computing for the present value, mas malaki yung present value. The more na kino-compound yung pera, okay, the more lalaki yung either present value or future value. Concept yan ng compounding. Okay, so just one formula, negative FV, ang rate natin is 12%. No? Okay, take note, we're going to copy the formula going down. So ang i-fix natin, hindi natin kailangang i-fix si column kasi pababa naman yung pag-copy natin. Ang i-fix natin si row. Yan. Okay? And then we will have to divide this by number of compounding per year. So si annual, 12% divided by 1, 12% din siya. Si semi-annual, 12% divided by 2, ibig sabihin, kada bilang ng interest every 6 months, 6% ng 6% yung bibilangin. Okay, clear yun, Angela?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so pag dinag natin pababa yan, nagbabago yung effective rate natin. No? Okay, so comma. N per natin will be, ito na naman. Okay, paano yung N per? Naglagay ba tayo ng ano dito? Okay, sabihin natin 1 year na lang, no?
Okay, sir.
1 year. So kung 1 year lang yung ano natin, 1 year yung, hindi, baguhin natin, no? Mag-include ako ng years para mas ano, mas gaano katagal daw, ilang years yung ano natin, yung term na investment. Sabihin natin 30. Okay, so hindi percent yan. Number. Investment place. Okay. So this is 30. So ito yung mga givens natin. Ano? So 30 years yung investment natin. Okay. Balik tayo dito. Is equal to negative FB. Rate is, ano yung rate natin? 12%. If i-fix natin si rate, yung row 86 lang, kasi ikakopy natin pababa yung formula na to, going down. So, ibig sabihin, si column B, hindi mo na kailangan i-fix yan kasi pababa lang naman yung pagkopya natin. But we have to divide this by the number of periods. Tapos yung number of periods, hindi natin i-fix kasi dapat pababa talaga siya. Comma, N per. Ano yung N per? So you have 30 years. Okay? And then if you fix ulit natin to, fix ulit sa 87. okay, pag 30 years ka, tapos pag annual yung compounding, ilang beses magbibilang ng interest? 30 years yung investment natin, annual. So 30 pa rin. Kasi each year, isa lang, di ba? Eh paano pag semi-annual?
I-multiply na.
Oo, correct. I-multiply natin. So dapat, gaganto natin, times, no? Times this. Yan. Okay, and no need to fix that kasi
Yes, sir.
ibababa naman natin yung formula na yan. Okay, so clear tayo, no? Dito sa N per, tsaka dito sa rate. No? Okay, comma. PMT, hindi PMT to. No? Wait. N per, i-compare na lang natin si present value pala to, sorry. So mag-i-invest tayo ng 1 million now, magkano siya after 30 years? So hindi siya annuity. So present value is
1 million.
Yan. And then kasi ikakopy natin yung formula pababa, so dapat naka-fix din yung row na to. Yan. So that's our formula. Type, ignore because this is not an annuity. Okay, control enter. Yan. Okay. So your 1 million now, after 30 years, 29 million yan. Kung ang interest rate natin 12%, tapos ang compounding annual lang. If you copy this down, okay, ano notice mo? Kapag semi-annual yung compounding, okay, diba? So that's 12% divided by 2. So that's 6% per interest. Okay, ito, tinan natin to ha. This is F9. So that's wait, hindi pumasok ng sorry. F9. So that's 6% na, no? Kita mo, Angela?
Sir, F9 para ano? Makita yung value.
Para mapakita yung value. Control Z. Binalik ko lang. Kasi if you have a formula like this, tapos pag gusto ko lang ito makita anong value nito, highlight mo lang yan. Highlight mo siya, then F9. Okay, so that's 6%. Hindi 12%. 6% kasi 2 times a year magbibilang ng interest. No? Control Z para ibalik ko. As ito naman, this is not 30, but rather this is 60. F9 ulit. 60. No? Okay. Angela?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alright. So ito. Yan. Okay, control enter. Okay, so tinan mo, no? Once the compounding increases, tumataas talaga yung tumataas talaga yung ano natin, yung future value kasi mas malaki yung compounding. Okay. Ito naman, pag infinite, there's such a thing as infinite, no? And ang formula niyan, FV is equal to PV times E to the RT superscript. Okay. So this is the formula. Kapag infinite yung compounding, okay? So to get the future value, it's equal to the present value times yung exponential natin multiplied by R. Okay, wala na palang T kasi R times RT is 30 years. Okay, so sige, let's compute for this. It's equal to present value is 1 million, then times exponential, so EXP. All right, E to the RT. R is 12% times T of 30 years. Okay, so that's your formula. Control enter. Okay, see, siya yung pinakamataas, ano? Kasi continuous compounding yan. So this is the formula for continuous compounding. It's bigger than the weekly. Okay. All right. So clear so far to, Angela?
Yes po.
Itong mga questions dito, yun lang naman yun eh. No? Periods per year, ito yung semi-annual. So linagyan na natin sa isang model na to. Alright. So, magkakaiba yung ano nila, yung present value at saka future. Pareho yung present value, 1 million, pero magkakaiba yung future value nila. Yung ibig sabihin nun, magkaiba yung rate nila, effective rate nila. Although ang nominal 12%, yet may iba yan kasi yung effective rate, kasi from what you see here, magkakaiba yung future value nila. So hindi magkakapareho yung rate niyan. Okay, so how do we compute for that? We can use the rate function. Rate function. Okay, n per natin, n per is, again, dito n per natin will be 30. Okay, 30. And then times yung periods. Okay, and then this is not a PMT. Ang present value natin is this one. Then present value, i-negative ko siya. Tapos i-fix ko. Kasi ikakopy natin yung formula pababa. And the future value is this one. Yan. Okay. Take a look at this formula. Okay. Naka-fix si present value. Ang hinahanap natin si rate. Effective rate ang tawag. Kasi ang nominal rate 12%. Pero if you notice, pag mas maraming compounding, mas malaki yung future value. Ibig sabihin nun, mas malaki yung effective rate nitong mga to. No? Hindi
Sir,
siya 12%.
same lang siya sa ano, di ba? Similar siya dun sa rate na formula kanina.
Oo.
Okay.
Ay, wait. Saan ako nagkamali dito? B87 times B89. Where's 89? B87 is 30 times 1. 30 times 2. Ano yung C89? Future value. N per is, okay.
87.
Tapos walang PMT. Present value is negative. This one. Future value is C89. Okay, tama naman. May present value tayo, may future value tayo.
So yung sa infinite, hindi kasama.
Ito, rate. 87 times 2, that's 60. C90. Ay, okay. Sandali ha. Okay, mukhang hindi na dapat natin inano to. So, N per natin will, so we will assume that they're both all equal to 30. Okay, 30 years lahat. Tapos PMT wala. Present value is negative 1 million. Future value is this one. I think tama na to. Let me copy that down. And then go here. Yeah. Okay. Take a look at this, Angela. So yung formula natin, hinahanap natin yung yung effective rate, no? So, kino-compare natin yung 1 million ngayon, tapos after 30 years, 29 million, compared to 1 million ngayon, at saka 32 million after 30 years. So, ito lahat after 30 years to. Nag-iiba nga lang yung compounding niya. So, ang N per natin lahat dito, 30 years. Okay? So, magkano yung effective rate kung ang pera mo ngayon, 1 million, tapos maging 32 million siya after 30 years? Okay, magkano effective rate nun? Siyempre, mas malaking effective rate nitong mas malaking future value. Definitely. Okay, so how did we get this? So, again, ito, yung B87 ito, this is the number of periods. And the number of periods is 30. 30 years kasi lahat to, no? Then, comma, walang PMT, comma, present value is 1 million. In-negative ko siya para yung future value ko ipapositive ko siya. Hindi dito yung future value. Okay? So take a look at that, Angela, and tell me if that's clear or if you have any questions with that. May questions ka?
Wait lang, sir.
Sige. Sige lang.
Bale, sir, yung tinanggal nyo is yung
Yung tinimes ko pa.
PMT.
Oo, walang PMT tayo kasi ano lang siya. No?
Okay, sir.
Single cash flow lang. No?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So here we can see that mas indeed, syempre, expected natin dapat mas mataas yung effective rate. Kung sino man yung mas mataas na future value. And as I said a while ago, itong annual, 12% din yung effective rate niya kasi one compounding lang siya per year. Ito na yung mismo yung nominal rate, yung stated rate. Kung ano yung nominal rate, tapos annual siya, yun na rin yung effective rate niya. Okay, so ang effective rate nito kapag semi-annual, 12.36, etc. So pinakamalaki si continuous. Kasi siya yung pinakamalaki na future value. Or there's another way to do that. You can use the rate function. Effect. Okay, you can use the effect function. Okay, so tinatanong sa atin nominal rate at saka yung n per y. Ano yung n per y? Number of periods per year. So ang nominal rate natin is 12%. I'm going to fix this. Fix natin yung row, comma, m per y, number of periods per year. Ito yun. So one period per year, 2 periods, etc. Kita mo, andyan yung formula?
Yes po.
Okay. Control Enter. Alright. It should have the same. I-format na lang natin na pareho nito. Okay. So if I drag this down, okay. So parehong-pareho siya. No? Hindi natin magagamit dito yon kasi infinite lang nakalagay dito. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but actually we can compute for that. No? It's actually, kasi ang hinahanap natin dito yung R. So paano natin masosolve si R dito? Kita na lang natin. So first ilipat natin si PV. No?
Sir, divide yan.
Divide. Kasi
Okay.
ililipat natin si PV.
Si
Diba?
PV.
Ililipat natin. Control 1. Superscript. Okay. So, dinivide natin si PV. Di ba linipat natin? Right? So, ang next, paano natin matatanggal si T? Paano natin matatanggal si exponential? The way to do that is get the ln of both. FP over PV is equal to ln e to the r. Yan. Pag kinuha natin yung ln yan, masisimplify natin yan. Control 1. Okay, when we get the ln, okay, yung ln ng e, magka-cancel out yan. So magiging ano siya, this becomes, matatanggal tong ln, mari-remove yan. Kasi inverse function yan. Control 1, tanggalin ko yung, okay, so since natanggal na si e, kasi by virtue of the log of e, magka-cancel out yan. So, r will be equal to yung rate natin will be equal to ln FV over PV, and next, Angela, divided by T, no? Divided by T. So that's our equation. So subukan natin na, is equal to, what's our, is equal to ln. Ln ng future value, this is our future value, divided by the present value, which is 1 million, okay? Right? Ln of that then divided by T is 30. Copy natin yung format. Oops. Wait. Divide by T is 30. Naging 30 siya. 36 ln. Tama ba yung ano ko? Ln. Alright, tapos ln of e to the rt r over t. ln of C97 over C85 divided by B87. Wait.
Sa question, paano siya magiging pwede
Yes.
siya maging infinite kung may number of years lang?
Ano? So dapat e to the rt. Kasi dito ginamit natin siya eh. E to the r times t. Tapos, ang ibig sabihin, pwede naman yon kasi may term tayo na 30 years. Ibig sabihin yung pag-compute ng interest niya. Tuloy-tuloy lang, no? It's not daily, it's even parang more than by second pay.
Okay.
Kaya, parang may mali ako dito. Hindi. Talagang divided by bumalik. Okay. Sige, Angela, para hindi tayo mag-sign ng oras. Ano ko muna to, i-review ko to ha. It should be 12.7497. Saan ako nagkamali? Tama yung formula natin. Ln natin si FV over PV. Ln of e to the RT. Ln yan, matatanggal lang si ano. Ln of e, magka-cancel out yan. Matitira si RT. Tapos therefore R is equal to okay, i-review ko muna siya. Okay, so, lagay ko lang dito. Post correct formula. Kulang. So, may mali ako dito sa paggawa dito.
Okay,
sige. Alright. So, ito parang pareho lang din, no? Kunyari, yung EAR natin, ang nominal 8%. Okay, so what will be the effective annual return kung annual, semi-annual, quarterly? So this one will be equal to, parang rate lang to, no? Rate, effect. Kunin natin effect. Okay, nominal rate is 8%. Hindi pala natin pwedeng maglagay tayo dito, sorry ha. Maglagay tayo dito ng N per Y. So ito 1, semi-annual ilan? 2, quarterly is 4, continuous yan. So this is equal to effect. Ito daw yung nominal rate, if i-fix natin, comma, number of periods per year, yan. So 8% lang din yung annual, no? And then, copy down natin to. Okay, so you notice that si quarterly, mas mataas yung effective annual rate yan. Okay, ito, hindi natin kinompute si future value. Okay, naalala ko na yung formula nito. Is equal to e to the e to the exponential r e to the rt exponential r hindi. Hindi pa rin. Sige, i-ano ko na muna to. Blanco ko na muna to.
I see.
Alright. So, yan ang kulang ko sa'yo, no? Pati ito, no? Pareho
Pati
lang
yung
yan
dito,
kasi.
sir.
Lagyan ko lang ng... I-post ko to later. Post ko agad to later. Tapos, with the corrected,
Okay,
corrected formulas.
So, ipapass ko rin to, di ba? Yung sa...
Yes, oo, kasi part of your grade yan, eh. No?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Alright. Ito pareho lang to, no? Okay, hindi na natin kailangan to. Punta na tayo sa sa amortization. Okay. Familiar ka ba sa amortization, Angela? Hindi. Okay. Sige. Discuss. Check natin sa pag-ibig. No? Punta tayo sa pag-ibig.
Sir, gumagalaw po ba yung screen?
Dali. I-share ko
Okay.
siya. Papakita ko
Naka-freeze po.
O, naka-freeze siya.
Okay.
Dali, nag-hang din yung screen ko. Okay, kung maka-surf ka na net, hanapin mo, Angela, yung yung pag-ibig amortization calculator. Okay. Can you see the screen now?
Yung Excel file pa rin, sir.
Excel file pa rin. Nag-hang yung screen. Dali,
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, until 4:50 lang po pala ako to.
Sige, oo. Ganun lang naman talaga tayo ngayon. Kasi from from anong oras tayo simula? Supposedly 3 to 5, no?
Sir.
Ang hirap naman kung except yung last natin siguro, yung last session baka mag-allocate ka, Angela, ng ng mag-allocate ka ng mga 2.5 to 3 hours, ha?
Okay. Sir, baka mas okay na if Saturday.
Oo, sige. Mas Saturday na lang siguro tayo.
May quiz po kasing kapatid ko ng 5 o'clock.
Okay. Sige. So, mga 4:45, let's call it. Ganito na lang, balik tayo dun sa Excel file natin kasi baka matagalan pa tayo sa internet, pwede yung makita yung pag-ibig, yung HDMF, yung sa housing. Then they can show you the calculator. Kunyari, maglo-loan ka ng 3 million. Then they will show you magkano yung babayaran mo per month. Kasi sa pag-ibig, pag housing loan, monthly yung yung payment, no? Yes. So ito, our objective here, pag natapos natin to, that will be all for the day, no? Tapos yung susunod natin yung capital budgeting. All right. So here, maglo-loan tayo ng 3 million. Tapos,
hindi gumagalaw yung screen ko.
Gumagalaw?
Ay, hindi po gumagalaw.
Yung sa screen ko?
Sa akin po. Parang naka-freeze pa rin.
Okay, wait. Ay, oo, sorry. Yan. Yan, okay na?
Okay na po.
Okay, so ang ilo-loan natin 3 million. Tapos, hindi ko na-check kung magkano yung, yung interest ngayon. Sabihin natin 11%, no? You can just check that. You can just check that later. Tapos, you can either pay your loan 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. So let's assume na 5 years yung pinili natin na term, no? Ang payment diyan is monthly. So ang periods per year 12, no? So ang unang tatanungin natin, ano yung monthly rate? So that's very easy. Ginawa na natin kanina to. Ang nominal rate is 12% divided by number of periods per year is 12. No? So ang monthly rate is 0.917. Okay? So our next question is, what is the monthly amortization? Now take note, yung monthly amortization, it's the annuity. Magkano yung babayaran per month? No? And that can be computed is equal to negative PMT. Okay, PMT yan kasi annuity, no? Rate, what's our rate? Ang rate dapat monthly, no? So that's 11% divided by 12. So ito na yon.
0.9.
Ang N per naman, 5 years, dapat monthly din. 5 years times 12, so that's 60 monthly payments. So, kasi yung rate ginawa mong monthly, dapat yung N per mo rin, dapat monthly din yan, ha? Kama? Okay, what's our present value? Yung uutangin natin, that's 3 million. Okay? And then, kama, future value, okay, walang future value. Type, ano yung type? Nangutang ka, ano yan, end of the period. After one period, saka ka magbabayad. So at the end of the first month, saka ka magbabayad. Ano kaya 0 yan? Control Enter. Alright, so ito yung monthly amortization. Ito yung babayaran natin every month. Okay, for 5 years. Bali 60 monthly amortization. Ito yun. This is how you get it. Okay, so i-explore mo, Angela, if you have time later, punta ka sa pag-ibig calculator, ilagay mo to 3 million. Tapos hindi lang tayo sigurado kung ano, hinulaan ko lang to. Okay, ang gawin mo dito kunyari, kung ano yung nakalagay dun sa pag-ibig, kunyari for 5 years at this amount, meron silang rate dyan. So palitan mo to ng rate, magbabago tong amount na to. And you can compare kung ano yung nakalagay sa pag-ibig at saka dito. It will be the same. Ito yun. So what's this 65,227 na to? That's the monthly amortization. So kung maglo-loan ka sa pag-ibig ngayon at 3 million, assuming na 11% yung interest, tapos babayaran mo siya in 5 years, monthly terms, no? Kasi monthly talaga yun sa pag-ibig. Ang babayaran mo every month is 65,227. Kaya nga si pag-ibig chine-check nila, magkano yung monthly compensation muna bago ka nila uutangin ng ganyang amount. No? Okay, so let's now create our amortization schedule. Ito lang yung kailangan natin. No? So at month 0, nangutang tayo, okay, wala pang payment, no? Kasi pagkautang natin, hindi pa tayo magbabayad ng interest, hindi pa tayo magbabayad ng principal. At the end of the month, magkano yung kulang natin? 3 million. Kasi ito yung inutang natin, di ba? Okay? Alright, next. After 1 month, at the end of 1 month, magi-interest ka na yan, no? Magkakaroon ka na ng interest. Okay. Ang tanong kasi ganito. Okay. Itong monthly amortization natin, itong babayaran natin dito, yan. Yung iba dyan, pupunta sa interest. Yung iba, pupunta sa payment ng principal. Okay. Yun ang kailangan malaman natin. I-breakdown natin siya kung magkano yung pupunta sa interest, magkano yung pupunta sa principal. Okay, sige. Let's do that. So, magkano yung babayaran natin? Yung babayaran natin sa month 1, laging ano to, 65,227. Yan. Okay. Magkano yung yung sa 65,227 na diyan, yung portion diyan pupunta as interest payment. Interest, tapos sabi ko nga yung iba as principal. Okay. Magkano yung pupunta sa interest? Ang tanong, magkano ba yung balance natin? Ang balance mo now is 3 million. Okay? Wala pa tayong binabayad, di ba? After 1 month, dito pa lang tayo magbabayad. So yung 3 million na yan na principal balance mo, mag-i-incur ng interest. Magkano interest per month? Ito, 0.917. 0.917%. Okay? Kung ano man yung makuha mo dito, okay, so 3 million times 0.917, yun ang pupunta sa interest payment. Okay, tapos yung pupunta sa principal, yung difference ng magkano ibabayad mo, so that's 65,000, ibabayad natin, 227, minus yung interest payment. Okay? Kuha, Angela? Yung buong ibabayad natin, 65,227. Yung portion na dyan, yung ibang portion dyan, pupunta sa interest. Yung iba, pupunta dun sa principal. Siyempre, mas gusto natin na pupunta sa principal kasi yung interest mo based on the principal. Pag malaki na babawan sa principal, mas maganda. So, sige, punta na tayo dito. Magkano yung interest? Interest will be, isang formula lang para i-drag natin. Interest is yung previous month na principal, okay, multiplied by what is the monthly interest? Ito yung monthly rate natin. I-fix natin yan, no? I-fix natin yung row 8 kasi kakopy natin pababa. Okay? I-fix ba natin F12?
No, sir.
Hindi. Kasi pag kinopy down mo to, magbabago din yung principal mo, no? Okay. Control Enter. So, of the 65,000 na babayaran mo, 27,500 dun yung pupunta sa principal, sa interest. Magkano sa principal? Principal will be, kung ano man yung babayaran natin, yung 65, fix natin yan, minus the interest. Okay? So, ang total na binayad natin, 65,000. Pero yung 27,500 doon, napunta sa interest, yung 37 ang mapupunta sa principal. Therefore, magkano nila yung principal balance natin sa month 1? 3 million minus yung nabawa sa principal. Yan. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Enter? Alright. So, question. Madadrag na ba natin tong formula na to? Ito?
Yes.
O, kasi ito, pag kinopy down mo to, i-copy down to to, ha? Mag-copy down lang ako ng isang row. Yan. So, what happened here? O, ang interest mo is the previous month balance times yung monthly interest. Tama. Tapos ang principal mo is whatever your monthly amortization is minus the interest payment. Okay, tama. And then yung month end mo, yeah, principal balance minus yung principal. Okay? So, gawin lang natin itong 2, 3, hanggang sa ano to? Hanggang 60 payments. Okay. Yan. 60 payments kasi 5 years siya na monthly. Copy down natin. Yan. Okay? So that's your amortization schedule. Notice mo habang tumatagal, lumiliit yung binabayad sa interest. Kasi lumalaki yung lumiliit yung principal balance natin. Okay? Kasi mas malaki na yung nababayad sa principal. So at the end of the 60-month period, wala nang principal, wala nang babayaran. Okay? Kaya nga, exactly 5 years yan. Yan. Okay? So yan ang amortization. No? Ang i-check mo na lang, Angela, sige, baka sakaling para ibig sabihin tapos na yun kasi baka makalimutan pa natin. Wait ha. Kulang sana. Okay. Kita mo yung screen ko?
Yes, sir.
Checking. Pag-ibig. Ito, amortization calculator. Let's see. Ito yata sa land bank. Housing loan calculator. And we'll end in this. Okay, loanable amount. Loan amount, 3 million, no? Okay. Type of loan, 5 years. Baba ng ano pala ngayon, no? 6.5%.
6.5.
So, baguhin ko lang tong Excel natin. Ha?
Okay, sir.
This one, make this 6.5%. 6.5%. Yan. Ito. So, ito yung magiging monthly amortization natin. 58,698.44. Okay? Hindi natin kumpareho. 58,698. Okay. Compute. Ayan, no? 58,698, no? Kita mo?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. 68, 58,698. Renound off na niya. Okay, so that's what it will be paid, 58,699. Na parehong-pareho dito sa ano.
Excellent.
Okay, 58,699. Renound off na niya to the nearest peso. So that's how this will go, no? Kung gawin natin tong 58,699, dito natin i-peg na lang, no?
So, nasa Excel sheet po kayo ngayon.
Ay, yes. Oh, sorry. Okay, wait. Huh? Excel. Okay. So, ang ginawa ko, binago ko yung monthly amortization. Ginawa kong, renound off nila to the nearest peso, no? 68,999. So, yung formula natin, dito mababago siya dito. Ang principal natin,
okay na.
Dito na. Dito na sa B10. Dito na. So renound off nila dun sa ano sa nearest peso. Control enter. Alright. Tapos okay. So yung amortization schedule natin. Oops, may mali ako. Okay, 58. Hindi nga eksakto kasi ito yung ginamit natin. Dapat eksakto siyang 58,699. Okay, so, ibalik ko to ha. Kasi eksakto yung pag-compute natin eh.
Sir, hindi ko po.
Ay, hindi mo makita?
Okay na, sir.
Okay na. So, binalik ko dun sa 58,698.44. Okay. Para eksakto siya. Nagkakaroon tuloy ng para excess. Ayan, 0, no? Okay, so dapat 0 yung ano natin, yung balance at the end. 0 yung principal balance. Okay, so that's all for today, no, Angela? So i-post ko to ngayon ha, itong ano, pero ayusin ko tong ano, yung formula dito sa ano, sa continuous compounding.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so mag-set tayo ng ano, hindi ko pa alam kung Saturday no. Ikaw anong preference mo sa Saturday? Umaga o ano? Umaga o
After lunch na lang.
after lunch? Sige. Okay. So, tinan ko yung schedule ko tapos mag-communicate tayo before Saturday. No?
Pero sir, wala tayo this Wednesday.
This Wednesday, ano ba ngayon?
21, sir. Monday.
Ay, Monday. Pwede rin ano? Pwede, wait. Ano ba this Wednesday? Meron yata kaming defense sa Wednesday. So, ano muna natin, tentative natin kung ano pa pwedeng oras mo sa Wednesday? Kasi depende dun sa defense eh.
Sir, pwede ako morning or afternoon.
Morning. Sige. Tingnan natin sa morning Morning, may class ako ng ano ng 10:30. So dapat kaya mo ng 8 o'clock, ganun?
Kaya naman, sir.
Sige, para kung sakali man, konti na lang sa Saturday, no?
Okay po.
Kasi kung sa Saturday, kung lahat baka masyado mabigat eh.
8 a.m., sir.
8 a.m. natin, no? Okay. Angela, pa-remind ako I-remind mo ako
Okay, sir.
bukas kasi.
Ay, remind ko po kayo sa Tuesday.
Sige. Baka makalimutan ko.
Okay, sir.
Sige. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sige. Alright, bye-bye.
Bye, sir.